We are here to provide fun entertainment for ourselves and others to enjoy.
We are not professional therapists, nor do we claim to be.
All topics discussed are by personal opinions and our experiences alone.
We are an open forum, however, we will not tolerate any type of social bullying, derogatory name-calling, or hate speech. We are the only ones allowed to trash talk each other.
Also, just a friendly reminder, our discussions are recommended to be 18 plus. We do tend to cuss like sailors with our minds living in the gutter 24/7. We don't want anyone getting offended without any warning.
Thank you for watching or listening. We hope you enjoy laughing at us as much as we laugh at ourselves.
Hi, everybody. I'm Bree. Appreciate you tuning into us. I am from Southern California. I've been gaming since I was about 22 years old. I am happily married. I have 3 fur babies. Little about me. I am part of the Alphabet Mafia. For those who don't know, that means I'm part of the LBGT community. Have been my entire life. Gaming wise, I pretty much play anything from Call of Duty to Skyrim to 7 Days to Die. I'm very versatile. I play on console and I play on PC. I love a variety of different things and I'm pretty easy to talk to.
Hey everyone, my name's Jess. I'm from Southern Colorado. I have no children, but I do have a fur baby. I've been gaming pretty much off and on my entire life, more so the last 4 years. I've been also streaming for coming up on my 4-year anniversary actually at the end of May. So that's been fun. I play a variety. I started with Fortnite and then I moved to Call of Duty and then to Overwatch and then now it's a little bit of here or there with Phasmophobia to New World and then definitely play 7 Days to Die with Bree. And I would have to say I'm pretty easygoing, pretty open-minded about everything. So that's kind of why we're here doing the podcast.
I mean, that pretty much explains everything. I mean, we have very similar personalities. We are
Yes,
birthday twins.
we are.
So that brings a lot of our personalities, although I'm more Pisces than Aquarius, and she's full on Aquarius.
Wow.
So we
So
agree, but
rude.
we disagree sometimes.
Yeah.
Rude.
But it's a good thing. It's a good mixture, I
Definitely a
think.
good thing, which is why we decided we wanted to do a podcast in general because we think we're funny. We laugh at ourselves a lot and each other. No, that's you. That's all you.
This way.
That way. Oh, that way.
That's why you're the other way. You're
She's that way,
you
not
need
that way.
yeah, you need to go this way and I go this way.
Okay, so
Other
she's
way.
that.
No, the other hand. Yes.
I
That
said
way.
that way, and you told me to go that way.
No, because you're going that way with that hand. Whatever. It is what it is.
We'll get it together eventually.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah, the majority of the time that we play video games, it's
Yeah.
us talking trash to each other. On numerous occasions, us being dumb together, us doing dumb things. What else? So we also have a lot of similar topics that we like to cover and talk about and discuss while we're streaming and while we're just playing, me and her. We've
Yeah.
majorly been on a 7 days to die kick.
Yeah.
We're on day like 133.
Yeah.
Um
We could do a whole podcast episode just on that, to be honest. But
literally
unless
like
you want it,
right.
if you want it, let us know.
Yeah, just let us know if that's what you want, if that's what you're into. Because we yell at the zombies. We've named almost all the zombies, and all the
Yeah.
names change on a daily basis. We yell at the chickens. Like we talk to random shit inside the game just because it's fun. Why not?
And just keep in mind these are 18 plus streams.
Yeah,
So therefore, of course, we had to make our podcast 18 plus.
Yeah, definitely had to make it 18 plus because I can't control my mouth. I have a hard time sometimes when I'm at work and I'm like, I can't say that. I can't say that. Oops. I hope children aren't watching because I have a very terrible mouth and I have a very hard time trying to keep it composed.
But
Do
yeah,
you want to start with how we met?
uh, how we met. I believe we were in a community, a streaming community, our PK Ruthless Players crew, and one of the co-founders found you on TikTok. Is that how it was? Found you on
Yep.
TikTok? You
No,
or maybe
she
you ought to
was
say this.
I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, why did I tell her
I'm
to
like,
do this?
I don't know.
Oh no.
Maybe.
I was actually just starting out on Twitch. I think it was like maybe my third stream, and I was playing Call of Duty Cold War. And a friend of mine popped in there who I'm still friends with today. And she found me, brought me into the community where I met Jess. And I mean, between me, you, and our friend Nay, just the three of us clicked right away. Like
Yeah,
we were like it was instant. I can't even remember a time now where like I felt awkward talking to them because it was just easy. It was me and Jess clicked right away. Me and Nay clicked right away, and the everybody else that I had clicked with, it was when they brought me into the community. So, and you know what? In the beginning, that's when I've only been streaming almost a year. It'll be my first year this year in July or
ooh,
yeah, July.
exciting.
And I mean, I started out on just my Xbox and like they helped me throughout the whole way. If it wasn't for Jess and Nay and a few others, probably wouldn't have been affiliated and I probably would have gave up and got frustrated because I didn't have a laptop to stream it on, so I was doing it strictly through the Xbox. And Silent just popped in there and was like, "Hey, just keep going, girl. You got this. You got this. You could do this." And I was like, "All right, I guess I'm gonna keep doing it." So, and I kept apologizing and apologizing. She's like, "Hey, don't apologize. We've all been there. You gotta start somewhere." And that's where it began.
Yeah,
And then, that's where our friendship grew. And over the past, I'd say, what, 3 months, me
three
and you have
months.
really gotten closer.
Yeah,
We play almost every single day together. If that, the majority of the time I'm streaming, she's streaming. Majority of the time that she's streaming, I'm streaming, and we're always playing together. Like
pretty
our whole
much.
schedule is together.
Yeah.
So, that's pretty much where it began.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny that you say you started on the Xbox. Like you didn't have a screen, you didn't have whatnot. And 4 years ago, I started streaming and playing Fortnite with a friend of mine, and we streamed right off the PS4. So at the beginning, I had like the little box on the side, like that had the chat and everything. And then I was told, yeah, you need to get rid of that. So I'm like, I didn't know. So basically, I got rid of that and I just used my phone or my laptop to just do the screen. And eventually, I moved over to PC, and it's where I think we pretty much normally game from is the PC anymore, depending on the game.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
today was like the first day I hopped on my Xbox and I don't know how
yeah,
long, and it was to play Fortnite.
yeah,
And then what did we do? We switched right
right,
over to
PC,
laptop,
right? Yeah.
right over to PC.
Yeah, and that is definitely one of the topics on the episode or several episodes that we do definitely want to
Mhm.
cover is like becoming a streamer and like how different it was from when I started to when Bree started to how it is now because it
Yep.
has changed. I would say a little bit, but drastically it's changed a
Oh
lot.
yeah.
It was really
Especially
easy.
for us females.
It was
For
oh,
us
absolutely.
girls, we have it the hardest sometimes because if you're not, like dressed a certain way, your hair's not done a certain way, your makeup's not done a certain way, like you get no like attention, or
Yeah,
if you don't put your social medias out there too. And I've come across that like a lot in the streaming community. And there's a few female streamers or gamer girls that I've actually come across, and they're like basic. And I mean that in a good way because us
it's
as girls should
natural.
not have to, yeah,
It's
we
just
should not have
natural.
to put ourselves out like that just to get attention or just, I mean, I'm not trying to be a big time streamer. I mean, we're working together on, partner, path to partner, but or journey to partner is what we've been
Right.
calling it. But at the same time, me and you are not trying to be out there because we want to become famous or we
Right.
want to become a huge thing. We just want to make a difference in the community. And that's
That
what me and her clicked on the most.
Yeah, that and have fun. And yeah, it'd be really cool to make partner. Do we think it's a realistic goal? I mean, I know for me, I know it's going to take a lot of work, and I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
you realize it's going to take a lot of work. But I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
more excited about the experiences that we'll have together and the people that we'll meet throughout playing and bringing into the communities that we're a part of.
Oh, yeah. That's my biggest thing too. That's why I wanted to work on it. Like I've always wanted to be a streamer. Like I just never had the means to do so. I never had the confidence to do so. I never had any of that.
Mm,
And so with when we decided to do, the journey to partner, I was like, you know what? If we make it, we make it. If we don't, we don't. Like
yeah,
I'm just happy to have somebody who's like doing it with me, and I'm like more excited about doing the journey together versus getting it in general.
yeah,
Like, that's
yeah.
that's where I'm at.
And with me, I don't know how much of a Aquarius characteristic this is or to Pisces, but I do better when I have somebody there with me than I do on my own. I can handle my own. I can do things on my own, but there's a comfortability that's relatable to doing something on your own versus if you have somebody that you just click with and know is just right there with you doing it with you.
Yep,
And
I
I
agree.
prefer to have somebody there with me.
Oh
So,
yeah, I agree 100%. A lot of my streams when I'm there and I'm like solo, like it's really hard for me to sit there like because I feel like I'm having to talk to the game characters in order for me to like
mhm.
be somewhat entertaining. But like
Yeah.
when I have you there, like it's easy. Like
Yeah.
as all we do is just talk back and forth, and all we do is just,
Yeah.
we feed off of each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Uh,
what makes it so much more, so much more interesting.
yeah. Absolutely. And the fact that you said that, it's funny because my 9-year-old niece was watching my YouTube channel the other day when she was over because she didn't know what to do. So I just gave her my iPad and was like, "Here, watch this." She's like, "Jesse, you're talking to yourself." I'm like, "Well, yeah, that's kind of what you have to do when you're playing by yourself. You talk to the characters. You even talk to yourself, and then you talk to like an audience, like they're there, but they're not there. I was like, it's a lot like
Mhm.
acting,
Oh yeah.
you
I
know?
I honestly like I've had so many friends that are like, "Oh, I tried to catch your stream and I have you playing in the background and I just watch and even though I don't know what's going on, I kind of just watch you just, to
Hmm.
support you," which I love. I love the support, but I tell them all the time, dude, go in there, talk trash to me. Like,
Yeah,
like just talk to me. Like, it
yeah,
doesn't matter what it is, just talk to me. My friend Kayla popped into my stream today and she was talking to me and hey, what do you want me to name that zombie? And, I named it
right.
after what she told me. And, like, and the same thing with you. Like, that's what makes it so easy. Like,
Hmm.
even today after you hopped off, I was like having such a hard time. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start talking to these zombies, man. I don't know who else to talk to because nobody was talking. And thank God,
Yeah,
I was dying alone until Kayla hopped into until she hopped into my
yeah,
stream and was like chatting in there, and I was like, oh, thank
right.
God, she's there, because now I have
Yeah,
somebody to talk to, and I don't
right.
feel like crazy.
Yeah.
Or I'll just tell people like, oh, I'm just talking to the people in my the voices in my head, because I have my
Hmm.
headset on, so I'm like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, I'm just talking to the voices
yeah,
in my head.
very true. And that's what we love. That's where we first met. That's how we interact with each other. That's how we bond with each other and hang out is streaming. But then it also leads to different topics that we want to cover through this podcast, like
Oh yeah,
self image, bullying, um, depression. I know a lot. I know I personally go through depression. So there's just like different topics that we want to, touch on through this. And like in the disclaimer, we're not professionals.
yeah,
These are
but
just
by no means are we
basic.
therapists. We do not have
No.
any type of degree. We are not claiming to be. This is all
Yeah.
personal opinions or advice that seems to work for us because, things that work for me are not going to work for other people.
Right.
But we could give the suggestions. And,
Yeah.
I know one of the biggest things that we wanted to really focus on too was mental health, which is,
Yeah.
depression, suicidal thoughts, so on and so forth. Because, me and you have experience with such. And
Yeah.
then also, there's a few other topics that we want to touch base on just for fun, just
Mhm.
because, we like broad Verizon's
Verizon.
variations of topics and stuff like
Yeah.
that,
Like,
my
cons-
biggest one that you got me with was
what
the
was that?
ghost
Oh, the ghost
your
hunting.
ghost
Yeah.
adventures.
Um, Fun
Yes.
fact that I didn't mention: I was a parapsychologist and ran a paranormal group for about 8
Mhm.
years, and there's a lot of just experiences that I've experienced, and I mean, you either believe or you don't, and that's cool. I don't try to force anything on people. So if you're not a believer, that's cool, but just be respectful with others. Just because you haven't experienced it doesn't mean that they haven't, or if that they believe they have. So,
Yep.
and then which kind of leads from ghost hunting is the conspiracy theories. We're constantly sending
That's
each
where
other
I'm at.
TikToks. We're constantly
Those
sending TikToks to each other, like, "What about
oh
this?"
yeah.
And
Oh
it's
yeah.
like,
That's those are where I'm at. It's the conspiracy theories
yeah,
like whew. I've got a
yeah,
few of them that I'll send Jess and be like, "Oh, look at
yeah,
that. What do you think? What do you think?" Cuz
right.
there's some good ones out there that are the
Mhm.
facts are kind of believable and you're
Yeah.
like, "You know what? That's a pretty good one. That's a good
Yeah.
one." And then there's a few other episodes where we are going to do an episode on the LBGT community.
Yes.
We do plan on having a few guests come and speak and give their opinions also.
Do a Q&A
Yep,
because, you know,
Q&A.
I'm straight, Bree's a lesbian, and then
I'm not.
we have friends, that they're either trans or, gay, or, I mean, I'm not as adverse in that community that
That's what kind
is
of
Bree.
sparked
So,
my interest on the LBGT topics also because your variety of knowing what's what, that's
mhm.
why I was like, that would be good because
Yeah.
you can ask those questions and you can find that information because, there's a
Right.
lot of people out there that don't have that. And it's one of my bigger topics also too is up there because of educational purposes. Like there's
Mhm.
a lot of people who are very judgmental and they're very hated
Hey, yeah.
towards the community and but they don't know. They don't know
Right.
anything about it, and a lot of it is one-tracked minds and it's like
Mhm.
I want to broaden that. You don't
Yeah.
have to accept me, you don't have to love me,
Yeah.
but don't judge me at the same time
Right.
type of deal.
Yeah, and what I think that this will bring value to is a lot of people aren't comfortable talking about it, so a lot of people won't ask questions because they don't wanna offend the other person,
Mhm.
and so there's a lot of questions that people might have, and we just don't have anybody to ask that question. So I think this group of individuals that we're bringing together would kinda cover all around, so if you have questions, let us know. I will
Oh yeah,
ask those questions, and just be respectful with the question. You don't have to get all
and vice
perverse or
versa.
whatnot. Exactly. So I
Vice
think that'd
versa.
be a
Like
really
we're
good
open
episode.
books. We are hard people to offend.
Yeah.
And our podcast is more for fun and it's more for educational purposes. Like we want to help people. We want to just teach people like,
Yeah.
hey, it's okay to do this. It's okay to do this, and again, we're not professionals. Like this is all just personal
Yeah.
opinion and experiences that we've gone through or such and that's why I brought it up to Jess in the first place was to hey because she there was a few times she asked me a few questions and I was
Yeah.
like she's like well I don't want to offend you and I'm like
It's like,
ask it's
what's
okay
that
I'm that type of
means?
person though.
Yeah.
What
There's
is
been quite a, it's
that?
like,
Yeah.
what do you mean by this? Like,
Yep.
and she just tells me. I'm like, okay, cool. I've heard of it, but I didn't know. And, you know, um,
Well, yeah, because me myself, I'm a person of questions. Like, if there's something I don't understand, or if there's something that's on my head, like I'm like, you know what? No offense, but hey, can you? And then I'll ask the question because how else am I gonna learn? Like, how else am
right.
I gonna learn from other people? Because not everybody is like me. Not everybody is
Yeah.
gonna understand things like I do.
Mhm.
And that was one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to do a podcast with you too, because me and you feed off of each other like that
Right.
and we're very comfortable with each other. So even if there's a certain question you need to ask, there's a question that I can ask right back at you, and you're
Right.
not going to be offended,
Yeah.
And so it makes it really easy. And the people that we are going to bring on to the podcast or the show is that's the purpose of it. We want it learning, we
Sorry.
want it to be a learning experience, Bless you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Um, So, and plus we have fun doing it. Like we
Yeah,
have fun talking to each other, and that's the biggest thing too. And I think that's the biggest thing for me in general doing it with you is that we have fun together.
right.
And we're not afraid to be ourselves with one another. And we're both severely vulnerable by doing this because we're
Oh,
opening ourselves
absolutely.
up. Like there's a lot of insecurities I have personally, and
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm terrified to even try and do a podcast, even though I
Yeah.
wanted to do one because I'm like, hey, it'd be fun. It's a
Yeah.
new experience, but at the same time, we are being very vulnerable, which is why, in our Discord, we will not tolerate bullying. And it's just a matter of us, wanting to share our experiences with you and have fun while doing it. Who
Yeah.
wouldn't want to sit and like have a conversation back and forth with one of your best friends?
Right.
And generally Jess has become one of my best friends, along with some few other people.
Ditto.
And why would I not want to do that experience with her in general, who's willing to do it with me and be vulnerable at the same time with me?
Yeah.
And so that's one of the biggest things we wanted to do.
And that's one of the things that we went back and forth was, do we do this on video camera like we're doing now, or do we just do audio? And, I'm not very comfortable. I've never been comfortable being on camera. So I'm totally vulnerable right now, but I think it's worth it. It's going to push me out of my comfort zone. And I think it's going to give us a lot of funny content for you guys, just with the faces that we'll make or, our reactions, because
I
we
make
want
so many stupid faces.
she does,
I do.
and
I really do.
it's just a new experience, and I think this podcast is going to not be only good for us but for a lot of individuals out there who don't have a place to come to, or just brighten their day a little bit, like give them a
Yeah.
chance to escape their reality for half an hour, 45 minutes, or an hour, however long these podcasts become. um
Yep.
what else? Is there anything else that you can think of that we wanted to touch on?
I think honestly with everything, I don't think that we would have been able to do it without the support of our family, our
Yeah.
friends. I know for a fact my I would not be able to do this without the support of my wife.
Right.
And my friend Kayla, and you yourself, and
Mhm.
just my brother, my parents, everybody, like
Yeah.
my sisters. I would not be able to do that. My dumb nephew sitting on the couch right across from me, I wouldn't be able to do
Yeah.
it. but
Absolutely.
but and that's the biggest thing. There are some people who are out there who just can't, who don't have that support, and
Yeah.
it's we are very lucky to have that support,
Mhm.
and that's what we want to provide for other people, is that support for those who do not have it,
Yeah.
because it's really hard. It's a really hard thing to do, and it's really hard to be vulnerable in front of a camera with something that you're not used to, and just be able to lay yourself out there and hope
Yeah.
hope that you reach at least one person, because
Right.
that's our goal. That's my goal specifically. I want to
Yeah.
reach just one person out there who understands and's like, hey, you know what, I can relate to that. I'm so glad they're talking about that, or
Yeah.
I'm this is really funny, or that's, we put a smile on your face, gold. If we get 5 views, we get 20, it don't matter to me,
Yeah.
honestly, as long as we've been able to reach one person with a smile,
Yeah.
or a laugh, or, "Oh my god, these girls are so dumb." Like, because I think that, like, 20 times in my head, like, "Why
Okay,
did I say that?
listen.
Why did
Listen.
I say that?"
Listen, Linda, listen. No. No, absolutely. And like you said, support from family and friends. And it's really funny because with the pandemic, we don't get to see a lot of those individuals, because of either, the distancing or whatnot. And like today, my mom's like, I looked for you. I knew you told me you were going to be streaming, but all you were doing is playing this game. And she thought it was the podcast. I'm like, oh, no, 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 mom. We're recording the podcast, but it'll be up on Fridays because that's our upload days. So I think it's going to do her a lot of good and others a lot of good. And, my other half is in complete support of this. He thinks it's going to be funny. He always thinks it's funny to
I
watch me
hope he
make a
knows.
dumbass
I
out of
hope he knows
myself.
that if I'm saying it right now, it's on camera, it's on video.
It's on
I will
video.
throw rubber ducks at your head, man. I
A rubber
will.
duck, yes.
Rubber ducks,
Her
rubber
weapon of
duckies. Do
choice
it.
are rubber ducks.
Yep,
Yeah, yeah.
it's gonna
So,
happen.
yeah. But there's just a lot of people who are supportive, and we want to be supportive of others. If you want to start streaming, we want to support you. If you want to do a podcast, we want to support you. If whatever you want to do and you need somebody to support you, let us know. We will totally be 100% behind you. You
Not
know,
only does Jess herself have her Discord, I have
yeah,
a Discord personally for both of our streams, and we have a combined one,
yep,
not just for Lady Night Trash Talk, but we have one called MGS, called Misfits Gaming Squad, and it is
yeah,
for gamers, streamers. It's there. It's an open
individuals, whatever.
platform, individuals, whatever. Even if you're not a streamer, but you need to find a COD partner to play with, then there you go. That's
Yeah,
what our community is about. It's literally called Misfits because I know I'm a misfit.
I think we all
It's
are.
sometimes hard finding exactly, and that's the reason why we created the Discord in the
Yeah,
first place. And I know my platform itself, it welcomes all people,
same.
non-gamers, streamers itself, that people just want entertainment. My Discord itself is an open platform for anybody to come and feel welcome and safe. And that's our biggest thing.
Yeah,
We both have sections, and so does our MGS Discord. All three of those platforms, they have a safe section for mental health and mental awareness. Because that's one of my biggest things is mental
yeah,
health, because I struggle with it on a daily myself, as does Jess, and that was one of our biggest things also. So those
yeah,
are our platforms.
yeah. And, we'll have those links actually in the description box. I'll make sure to put them in there so, you can access those. And I mean, simple. I have no idea who's calling me from Nebraska. I don't know anybody. Sorry, guys.
Phone call.
Like, I don't know who you are. They just called like twice. I'm like, don't know you. But it's, I forgot what I was saying.
It's a good thing we can edit this.
That's a good thing. I don't know. I don't even remember what I was saying.
I don't remember also,
Put
being
everything in the
honest. I'm not
description
getting it at that
box.
point.
Yeah, put everything in the
The
description
description box, there you
box
go.
so you have access to it. And same rules, that we live by here. No bullying, no discrimination. You know, it's not tolerated.
No
It's
judgment.
no judgment. And, it's not tolerated. It's not necessary. If you're having that bad of a day and you feel the need to, make somebody else feel bad, I think you really need to work on yourself.
I
So,
agree.
so, and eventually we will have our third partner in crime, hopefully. Scheduling conflict just was not able to, get all together for it, but we wanted to get this up and running so we could touch on some really
So
important
me and Jess are
topics.
starting, and then hopefully eventually our third will hop in there,
Right.
which is Nay. So
And
we're
she's in the
hoping and
Discord.
praying.
So,
Yes.
yeah. And she's actually the third person that we
Mhm.
like are the close knit. So, and
Yep.
I've been close with her for about 4 years as well. I'd met her not too long after I started streaming, and we became affiliated within like a month or two together. So,
Yeah, I
it's been
with
a long
you guys,
journey.
I became affiliated in a matter of like 2, 3 months, something like that,
Yeah.
with the help of you, Nay, and Silent, and a few
Mhm.
others.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all you guys.
So,
So
and if you have any questions, follow us on Twitter or, you know, ask your question and put hashtag Ladies Night Trash Talk, and we will get to them as long as we see them.
mhm,
And we might do some Q&As at the end of each podcast, whichever comes first. If we have a lot of questions, we might just do a whole episode dedicated to that, or do it
yep,
live on YouTube or Twitch or somewhere and just do it all live,
yep.
or Twitter
Do a live
Space.
Q&A. Yep.
Yeah.
So
So,
many things to come, and we hope that you guys in general enjoy it. I know I'm going to.
I'm
It's definitely gonna be
probably
a fun journey.
I'm gonna get a headache, but that's okay.
She's gonna stress herself
I'm
out,
like,
but we'll
oh,
get it.
we'll be good.
We'll get
And
there.
we're not professionals starting out, so be kind. It's hard when you're not used to being on camera. So my camera's right here, but Bree is right here. So there's a lot of looking back and forth that we just got to get through and get our spaces to where we want them so we can make the podcast much more pleasant.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But we'll get there.
Definitely agreed.
Y'all have
Yep.
to start somewhere.
Yep.
So,
I just can't give up.
no. Anything else?
No, I think we pretty much covered everything
Okay.
that I can think of.
Yeah. We will record these. Well, we're going to try and record these weekly and have them up every Friday night. So on YouTube. So we'll have that information out to you guys as well. So make sure you guys subscribe and turn the notification button on, the little bell.
Yep.
And that way we can, let you guys know, as well as Twitter. Like I said, I'll put everything down in the below. But I'm trying to do every Friday night as an upload. So new podcast every week. So
Record every Sunday, release we release a little teaser on Wednesday possibly, and
Yeah.
then actually upload it and release it on Friday.
Yeah.
So Fridays are our day.
Yeah. So I hope you join us again. I hope we didn't scare you off. I mean,
Please come back.
please
come back.
come back. Any questions, let us know and we will try and get to you guys. We're both open throughout the week, so if you need anything, let us know. Questions, let us know.
Discord, Twitch, Twitter.
Yeah.
We've got all of them, and
Yeah.
they will be in all the descriptions, like Jess said.
Yeah.
So we hope you
Yeah.
come back, and we greatly appreciate the support.
Yeah. All right, guys. Until next time. Bye.
Till next time.